Thank you for joining us today on our podcast, Dylan. Why don't you start by telling us a little about your scientist?
Thanks, Reed. I'd be happy to. Stephen Hawking was a very famous author, cosmologist, and theoretical physicist born in Oxford, England, United Kingdom in 1942. He is most famous for his theory of Hawking radiation, which drastically changed our knowledge of physics, along with the ample work of furthering our understanding of black holes and publishing his best-selling book, A Brief History in Time. In his life, he held very high academic positions, such as math professor at the University of Cambridge, and received multiple awards, such as the Albert Einstein Award and the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Hawking sadly passed away in 2018 due to advances in his disease, known as ALS, which caused progressive neurodegeneration, and the longer you're alive with it, the disease attacks your nerve cells and spinal cord, leaving you paralyzed.
All right, now can you tell us about your childhood and upbringing?
Stephen Hawking was born on January 8, 1942, in Oxford, England, in the United Kingdom. At a very early age, he had a liking for math and science and was later accepted to the University of Oxford. He then went to grad school at Cambridge University, and by the age of 21, he was diagnosed with ALS, which was a major obstacle that lasted him his whole life.
What are some of the challenges you faced when working in your field?
After Stephen Hawking was diagnosed with ALS, he was put into a wheelchair and used the little control he had left in his body to control a speaking device with his cheek. This made it difficult for him to continue his work and could have easily given up, but his persevering spirit and dedication to his work allowed him to transform our understanding of physics and black holes and laid a basic foundation that scientists have built off today.
What question or problem were you setting out to address when you started your work on your area of discovery?
He was fascinated with the cosmos and black holes and wanted to figure out more about the laws of our universe and how it worked. He also studied the relationship between quantum mechanics and general relativity.
If you had to pick one thing, what would you say the coolest part of your work was?
The work he did concerning black holes and his creation of the Hawking radiation were the most impactful parts of his discovery. Hawking radiation, simply put, is the reducing mass and the rotational energy of black holes, and he also therefore theorized that this would cause black hole evaporation. Because of this, black holes do not gain mass or other means. They're expected to shrink and ultimately vanish.
How do you hope your discovery/invention can be improved upon or further researched by other scientists in the future?
His work concerning theoretical physics, specifically black holes and cosmology, laid the foundation for what many scientists can use as data in their future research of the topics. MIT conducted a study that offers evidence based on gravitational waves to show that the total area of a black hole's event horizon can never decrease. 50 years later, physicists at MIT and elsewhere have now confirmed Hawking's area theorem for the first time, using observations of gravitational waves. The results appear today in physical review letters. This demonstration shows that there are things today that scientists explore and learn more about that follow the work that Stephen Hawking uncovered in the black hole for his time.
Yeah. That is all for today. Thank you, Dylan, for sharing your research with us on Stephen Hawking's life. I hope everyone enjoyed today's podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, Reed.
This episode has been a production of the Capistrano Valley Christian Schools Podcast Network. Capistrano Valley Christian Schools is a Christian JK through 12 school in San Juan Capistrano, California. Be sure to check out, subscribe to, and leave a review of this show and the other shows on our network on your podcast player of choice. Doing so supports the school community in a multitude of ways. For more information about the CVCS Podcast Network or any of our other shows, check out cvcs.org or email podcasts@cvcs.org. On behalf of the whole network, this is Mr. Jasper saying thank you again for listening and stay tuned for more.